Welcome, everyone. You'll hear everyone and anybody mention the terms sinusitis, rhinitis, rhinosinusitis, loosely and often used interchangeably. But there are actually formal medical definitions for these terms. Let's start with acute rhinosinusitis or ARS. Its formal definition is actually proposed by the European Position Paper on Rhinosinusitis and Nasal Polyps, aka the EPOS 2020. And according to this authority, acute rhinosinusitis is defined by sudden onset of two or more symptoms, one of which being either nasal blockage, obstruction, or congestion, or nasal discharge. The nasal discharge can either be in the front of the nose, anterior nasal drip, or in the back, which is posterior nasal drip. In addition, we can either have the presence of facial pain or facial pressure and or the reduction or loss of smell. The medical term for reduction of smell is hyposmia, hyposmia, whereas the total loss of the sense of smell is anosmia, anosmia. And acute rhinosinusitis, the symptoms have to be only for less than 12 weeks, which is 3 months. Acute bacterial rhinosinusitis, on the other hand, is a completely different animal from acute rhinosinusitis alone. ABRS is defined as the presence of at least three symptoms or signs, being number one, discolored discharge with unilateral predominance, meaning you have nasal discharge. However, most of it is coming from just one side, either the left or the right. And the secretion has to be purulent. Second, severe local pain with unilateral predominance again, meaning you can have pain in both parts of the nose. However, one part is particularly more painful than the other. Third symptom is fever defined as a temperature of more than 38 degrees Celsius, elevated ESR or CRP. These are what we call acute phase reactants. ESR and CRP are acute phase reactants, and these increase in levels whenever we have inflammation. And last symptom is double sickening. Double sickening is a term which refers to a deterioration or a worsening of your symptoms after an initial milder phase. So basically, for example, you have rhinorrhea, which is nasal discharge and facial pain, and eventually, as the course of your symptoms goes by, it becomes worse. It deteriorates. That is what we call double sickening. Contrast acute rhinosinusitis with chronic rhinosinusitis or CRS. The same authoritative body, EPOS 2020, differentiates chronic from acute rhinosinusitis as follows. CRS has to have sinonasal symptoms, this time more than 12 weeks in duration, so more than 3 months in duration, with nasal blockage, obstruction, or congestion, or nasal discharge. The nasal discharge, again, can be either visible from the front of the nose, which is anterior nasal drip, or it can be from the back of the nose. Call that posterior nasal drip. In addition, we may or may not have the presence of facial pain or facial pressure, and or the presence of hyposmia, the reduction of the sense of smell, or total loss of sense of smell, which is called anosmia. However, in chronic rhinosinusitis, in addition to these signs and symptoms, we have to have imaging confirmation. We have to have additional confirmation via ancillary or supporting medical tests. The medical tests being, number one, it can be endoscopic signs of nasal polyps and or mucopurulent discharge, primarily from the middle meatus. The discharge has to be seen again via endoscopy, and or the presence of edema or mucosal obstruction, primarily again in the middle meatus. And or CT imaging can also be used. There has to be mucosal changes within the osteomeatal complex and or the sinuses. Speaking of the osteomeatal complex, OMC, also known as the osteomeatal unit or OMU, the osteomeatal complex is a collection of 5 structures within the sinonasal cavity. My personal mnemonic to remember the 5 components is high emu. High emu. The hiatus semilunaris, the infundibulum, the ethmoidal bulla, this one, the maxillary ostium, and the uncinate process. High emu. Hiatus semilunaris, the infundibulum, the ethmoidal bulla, the maxillary ostium, and the uncinate process, the 5 components of the osteomeatal complex.